Hey, welcome. Grab your iPhone, your Android, or your girlfriend sitting next to you. Either one. They're all okay for this show. Jess McClellan, Doug Jardine. We're talking Ogden applications on your phone. And Jess is going to be smart enough to walk me through it today, which means that we all get to learn about Ogden. First off, take us back, and what was the mayor's motivation? What was the city's motivation? What was IT department's motivation to say this will really help everybody in the community?
Well, the mayor came to us last fall, and he was really looking to he was a big user of the iPhone, and he was looking for the city to have an app to really help drive business towards downtown, to help improve sales, to really help engage with citizens. And so he had a very short timeline. He came to us early in the fall and said, I need to have an app up before we have the Christmas shopping season starting. And so we promptly went to work and did a lot of research and tried to find some partners to develop an application. And we went to work, and I think we developed something that's really helpful.
And was Ogden the first city in the nation to have its own app?
Well, there's other cities that had developed apps. I know Boston in particular had developed one primarily to engage citizens to report problems. But we were really the first that ever did it to really drive business, to increase sales, and to include some of those other features where you can report problems and engage with your community.
And that's what makes this stand out in my mind. You introduced it for the iPhone specifically, and when did you expand now to the Android phones?
We came out with the Android version just back in mid-February. And it's been very successful. It's launched, and it's been just as successful for the iPhone.
How many hits? Do you still call them hits even though they're on your phone?
Well, we talk about it in terms of downloads, and so we've had about 3,000 people have downloaded the app. We look at number of users that are using it a day, and so we have over 100 people every day are using the app. Things that are important to them, the things that you can tell that they're using it for, is they're always looking for restaurants to go shopping. They're always looking at calendar events. And they're always looking for deals around town that you're able to find in the app itself.
We just need to get them to buy after they find the deal, right? That's a problem so far.
Well,
but that's not the phone's fault.
Exactly. I mean, there's always challenges with people wanting to share credit card information over the internet. And doing it on the web is always a challenge, and even trying to do it even further on the phone can be one as well. But it is compelling content. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of information in the phone that can be really useful for whether you're a visitor coming into town and you need to know where to go and what to do, or you're a local that just wants to expand your horizons and see what's going on downtown. There's lots of events all over the city, lots of restaurants over the city, and this app will help you get there.
Okay, so first off, if you need to, then download the app. It's easy enough to find. Even I did it, and Bill, I am so stupid when it comes to these things. I barely even know which way to hold my phone, but I did download successfully the Ogden app. Walk us through it, and I'm going to do the same thing. Vincent, you have your phone? Get your phone and follow us along, everybody in the room. Bill, everyone, get the mayor. Okay, and we're going to go on here, and you're going to be slow with me, and we're just going to walk right through.
Sure. When you click on the Ogden icon, you're able to.
Oh, you're already ahead of me. See, I went to the dialer already. I'm so messed up here. Okay, there it is.
So when you click on the icon, it's going to want to load up all of the information for the app itself. So it's going to load up things like all the restaurant listings, all of the shopping, all of the calendar events, all of the communication through the Twitter channels. All of that information has to load up initially.
And yours is different than mine. The iPhone has a menu at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on mine. When mine comes up, I have to actually hit menu.
Correct.
On my Android phone to see the options that I have available.
Correct. That's a little bit different for an Android device.
Mine's slower. You can go ahead and start on yours because we start with restaurants.
Sure, yeah. We're looking at dining, and here we've got a listing of various restaurants. At the top, there's actually a drop-down selector where you can look at different types of restaurants, and you could choose something like Italian or Chinese or American food, or look at all the restaurants, and you see a listing of the titles of the restaurants and where they're located, and maybe even an icon that represents their logo or what their restaurant looks like.
And that means that your staff did a lot of work to get the logos, load the logos, and
Absolutely.
Everybody's probably really happy to have that on there.
Absolutely. It was really a lot of work and a great challenge to reach out to all of our local businesses to get their information, to find out what their web addresses are, their email addresses, their phone numbers, all this information that some of which we already had as a city, but others we needed to collect for the app.
And that's kind of fun because even the most recent restaurant that opened, I think, just 10 days ago, McCool's, that's already on here.
Absolutely, yes.
By the way, try the pastrami, the Reuben. It's absolutely fantastic. Had it again today. I ate it 2 days in a row. McCool's, a place to go on the corner. They'll pay me for that sometime later, maybe. All right, so we know we have restaurants and that type of thing, but there are some applications inside this app that are really going to help people even remain safe and take care of graffiti and all of those types of things. So keep walking.
Absolutely. And so not only can we look at the restaurants and the shopping, but we also have a really nice feature called City Help. And here, when users click on the City Help, they're going to get a listing of all the departments and the divisions within the city, so they can engage with whatever office they need to for services.
And you should see then, as you go to this app, this page of the application, sports, amphitheater, animal services, obviously in alphabetical order, all the way down to there's developmental service, dinosaur park, and all that kind of fun.
Absolutely. But we also have a nice big button at the top where you can report problems to the city. And this is really a key feature that really helps engage citizens and gives them the power to really take ownership in the city and report problems much easier than they could before.
At the top of your iPhone, then, if you can do something fun there, you can go to different places, and then the Android's just a little bit different.
Correct, yeah. You just on the Android, you go to the service request, whereas in the iPhone, you go to report an issue button inside City Help.
Okay, so let's report an issue. Whatever one you want.
Absolutely. At the very top, you use the drop-down selector, and you can choose an issue such like graffiti. And then, if you'll notice below, it's initializing and identifying your GPS location. And on the right-hand side, you can add a photo by clicking on that. And you can take a photo or choose an existing one on your phone. In the other fields, you could enter information a little bit more about maybe the location of where the graffiti was or what it looked like, any other descriptive information you can provide. And you can also, if you want to have feedback of when we've taken care of the issue, you can provide your name, an email address, or a phone number, and the city will engage with you and let you know that the job has been done.
Okay, all right.
And so all you have to do is hit submit, and it's that easy. It just takes a couple seconds.
And that was for graffiti, and what other fun things are on there? I mean, we also have... You can find out when, I guess, baseball games, when the Raptors are playing and all that type of thing, too, right?
Absolutely. Well, what we've done is engaged with all of our local partners in the city for calendar events through a tool called Trumba. It's a community calendar, and so we're pulling events from Trumba and bringing it into the Ogden application itself. So, and we've got all kinds of things. If you look right now, we're seeing we've got the Friday Art Stroll coming up. We've got a birdhouse competition coming up. All kinds of things are coming up here in the city in the near future.
Things. And then you also mentioned that people really like to go to the deals.
Absolutely.
So let's end on that, and then we'll just sum up where we are with everything. What do we find in deals?
Inside of deals that we have are, if there's a deal going on today, they'll show you an active deal, whether it's half off of some sort of food item, maybe 2 for 1 of some sort of clothing or some other type of item. We currently don't have a deal right now, but they do pop up from time to time.
So does a business call into your office and say, hey, next week we're going to have this deal, or does a business owner have access to put what the deal might be? Or?
Well, what they need to do is we've partnered with iFan Media. They engage with the local businesses to set up the deal and negotiate that deal and work it out with them. And so we just facilitate that transaction by providing them a partner they can do business with.
All right, it's been a lot of work. Has it been worth it?
Absolutely. It's been a lot of fun and a lot of challenges. We've learned a lot. It was a lot of work with the vendor. They did a lot of the presentation of what you see here, but we had to, on the IT side, develop all of the way to produce all this content and expose it to the app.
That means you have a very worthy staff, because that was a lot of hours it took to
Absolutely. It was a lot of work, but we did it in a very short time frame. It only took us a few months to put it all together, but we learned a lot from it, and we look forward to hopefully developing more with apps in the future, whether that's for internal city or even our customers externally as well.
Now that we talked about everything and I told them to download it, take us all the way back to the beginning and tell them how to download the iOgden app.
Absolutely. If you're an iPhone user, you can actually just open up the App Store and look for iOgden. If you are an Android user, you can go to the Android Marketplace and look for iOgden as well there. It's very, very simple to do, whether you do it on your device or on your computer.
Any other IT questions, they can just always send you an email or something, right?
Absolutely. If you have any questions about Ogden, I'd be more than happy to help you out. My email address is jessm@ogdencity.com.
It's the iOgden app, and it really does make Ogden available to everybody worldwide, and that's because of what's happening right here in the IT department in this building. Jess, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thank you.
That'll do it for this edition of Community Chat. Back to the droids. Have a good one.